Greetings Internet, welcome to Aaron Plays and I hope you're doing fantastically well. I'm Aaron and this is Barbarossa, the Russo-German War 41 to 45 from 1971. The original design was in 69, this is the 1971 version. Why? You ask yourself, why? Well, I like playing old games too. If you've watched or been a long subscriber to my channel, you'll have seen I've done things like War and Peace, Moscow, Strike and Counter-Strike, Panzerblitz. So yes, I do like the brand new coming out, ooh, shiny, but I do like having a look at the old games, and I've never played this, never. And it was at a price I can afford. At the gaming convention I went to, the Square Bash, and there we go, I can afford that. I have a good home, free to a good home. So I picked it up and I started to have a look at it and gone, no idea how it plays. I haven't read the rules yet, that's going to be the next thing. But for purely gaming nostalgia, I thought, why not? I mean, what's the worst it could be? It's rubbish. What's the best it could be? It could be a little gem. Now, looking at what I've seen on BGG, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot. There's some discourse saying, Russia campaign did better. This was better than Avalon Hill Stalingrad. And there have been a few reprints of this. So it can't be all bad, can it? So I intend to look into it, dive into it, maybe play one scenario, maybe play two. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you've ever played this, you know, from just a purely game nostalgia point of view. I mean, one of the things I did, like I said, was Moscow, Strike and Counter-Strike. And the reason why I picked that up was because it was the first board war game that I ever played. And I enjoyed doing it. And I haven't gone back to it. I do intend to at some point because I'd done the first part of the German offensive. Didn't work. I mean, they ground to the halt by the mud. I'd like to see the Counter-Strike side and see if that creates an interesting scenario. But with this, I've played many games on these front. The first game I ever bought, I was going to say second one, the first game I ever bought, and therefore the second game I ever played, was Dragnak Osten. So GDW's massive thing on the Eastern Front. So, you know, I didn't hang around. I mean, in my teenage years, I was thinking, oh, it's got lots of bits, it must be great. And it was great. However, it did take up the entire bedroom floor. And finding someone who was willing to play it, that was a bit more tricky. So, yeah, I've got a good familiarity with the Eastern Front. I mean, I've on the channel, I've also brought out Russia Besieged by Compass Games and done the first year of that campaign. I enjoyed that. And again, one I intend to go back to. But from a purely, let's have a look how this compares, how this plays, why not? I've played the Russian campaign. I enjoy it. Is it in my collection? No. Why is it not in my collection? It doesn't grab me after a while. It's great for the first 2 years and then it's just a grind. And I suppose the Eastern Front was a grind. The destruction of Army of Great Centre was a grind, wasn't it? Maybe not. And I've also got that in the cupboard. Yes. That one's unpunched. Have I got any inclination to play it? Yes. Games are there to be played. If you play it and don't like it, move it on. If you play it and like it, and you can't see yourself getting back to it, keep it for a while to see if you do. But if you don't, move it on. There's always someone out there who might be looking for it or wanting it or wants to play it. So let's go down to the map and just have a quick look, shall we? Well, you don't get more basic than that, do you, boys and girls? Say back in the early SPI days, they couldn't afford a lot of colour. So what you got here is black, white and blue. Do you need more than that? I suppose not. A lot of abstract games don't use a lot of colour either, but there we go. All the Pripet marshes, the mountains, the woods up here, and the mountains down in Romania and Hungary, they're generally treated all the same. It's rough ground. Could I get a colouring pencil on it? Do I need to? I don't know. Maybe one day. But as I say, you don't get much basic that. But everything is really there you need. The cities, the river lines. I mean, Stalingrad down here, Moscow here, Leningrad here. It actually shows just by, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hexes from the frontier. So yeah, these tracks here are reinforcements. So that, the back there, zoom in on that a little bit, is the Germans, i.e. not a lot. Whereas if we look down here for the Soviets, humongous. But I suppose that there's no production cycle or anything like that. It's just straight reinforcements. Now, there's 2 combat results tables. I think they're both the same. And I noticed the original owner of this has made some little changes on the chart there. I've looked into errata online, can't see any reference to changing the chart, so I'm probably going to rub the little changes out. It might have been a balancing thing from the player, but I'd like to play the game as it was intended. Down the side here, or the top here, if you want to look at it that way, are the setups for each of the various scenarios. There's a 41, a 42, 43, and guess what? There's a 44 scenario as well. Though they have called them Barbarossa, Blau, or Stalingrad game, Citadel game, and the Berlin game. Why Berlin? Well, I don't know, because Berlin isn't even on the map. It goes to Warsaw and then whoop, and it ends, the last turn is 45 February, so we don't even get into the fight. I mean, fair enough. Why not 2 more hexes, maybe 3 more hexes, and we could have got that, but there we go. And on later iterations, they might have done that, but this is, say, the 1971 version. What else do you get in the, I was going to say in the box, but it's not really a box, is it? Well, you get the rules. Now, these are the old SPI little rules pamphlets. It is 4 sides there, and, well, 4 sides there, but actually, we've got still space for designer's notes and the campaign game if you want to link all of the scenarios. So effectively an 8-page rule book with designer's notes. Don't get that nowadays, do you, boys and girls? No, you need 32 pages to explain, you know, how to do movement. Oh, sorry, that's ASL. But yeah, so a nice little rules pamphlet. I'm not sure how deep the rules go, and I've noticed that quite a lot of the things that aren't explained in the rules, some of them are explained on this map or play sheet, because it's map and combat results and reinforcements chart and setup. You get a victory point record. Now, I have rubbed out the pencil marks that were on here. I will probably do a photocopy or a printout of that at some point. Who knows? But yeah, effectively you keep track of how many victory points you get by destroying enemy units, and there's also city points. So how victory is finally determined, don't know as yet. But it looks like you could play 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 games using this. Back in the day, did they have a photocopy? I suppose they must have done. But yeah, I can do a copy of that and leave that in the baggage. And then you get the counters. Now, I actually quite like the counters. Simple, straightforward. I put all the start forces together, and with my aging eyes, I mean, it's one-sided, so straightforward. I mean, they're quite thin, but that's typical of the day. I don't know if I can keep that in focus. The old standard attack, defense, movement. The army, it's an armies, and it's in big font that I can read actually from a distance. Now, yes, of course, these will be clipped before we start. And what I'm intending to do is clip all the start forces and clip the reinforcements as they come on. Now, I don't have to do a massive clipping event. But that's the start. That's the Soviet reinforcement corps, or units that can break down into corps, because there's a unit breakdown in this. Wow. The Axis allies. So that's infantry armies. Sorry, yeah, Soviets are armies. When they become shock armies and such forth, a little bag of those now. And mechanized corps, armored corps, German breakdown units. Their armies can break down into corps. Some of the one supply unit for the Russians, because they don't get much supply by the looks of it, but I think their supply works different from the Germans. So air units and so on. And then look at this. Look at this. The dice that originally came with the game. The old SPI. Will I use it in the game? I don't know. I suppose I need to, really, don't I? And spare counters. And then finally, well, it came in a package, as I say, with the lovely price that I can afford. Now, it does make me laugh. Barbarossa, the Russo-German War, 1941-45. Fair enough. Historical simulation game. Yeah. The time is about 300 hours, 22nd of June, 1941. Great. Why the bloody hell have you got a picture of a king tiger? Now, I know it fought during that time period eventually, but the game's called Barbarossa. You've got guys here with the German assault rifles from 1944 Ardennes. In fact, I think this looks like a picture from the Ardennes. Back in the day, we weren't that fussy. Now, and I'm not that fussy anyway. It just strikes me, there's so many pictures of Panzer IIs and IIIs and such forth, and yeah, why choose a picture from the Ardennes if it's even a king tiger? But that's a minor whinge. And then you have the initial blurb and such forth. I remember seeing these kind of games all over the place, and it's great to have that little bit of nostalgia. So that's it. That's my preview. Let's come back up to the top. So yeah, a little short interim video. I am going to play this, and I'm going to bring it to the channel. You might not be interested. Move on to something else, but it was free. I want to play it. Yeah, I really do. Yes, I will be playing it solo. I'll be playing the as best I can for both sides. This is all I can really do, isn't it? But who knows? There might be someone out there who actually wants to play it as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up, I do try to keep it nice and short and simple. That'll be much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already and you enjoy what I do. Any comments, especially about something like this, something old. Come on, play your old games. Why not? I mean, I had a blast playing Anzio, and I'd never played that before. And I do attend also at some point. Too many games, not enough time. But yeah, playing these old games, they do have a charm. They got us into it in the first place. If they'd been completely rubbish, we wouldn't have continued. We'd probably playing golf. Dear, as Churchill said, ruination of a good walk is golf. So yeah, play games, have fun. Bye, internet.